Most motorcycles on the road are running engines between 300cc and 1200cc. But there's an elite group of machines that laugh at those numbers. These bikes don't just cross the line into excess, they obliterate it. Today, we're counting down the 13 production motorcycles with the largest engines ever built. These aren't one-off customs or garage specials. Every single one of these monsters was available for purchase with a factory warranty. Some represent the pinnacle of engineering refinement, while others are pure monuments to excess. Let's find out just how far manufacturers have pushed the limits of what can reasonably be called a motorcycle engine. The displacement wars begin. Starting at number 13, we have the Victory Vision Tour with its Freedom 106 engine, a 1,731 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin that produced 92 horsepower and 109 pound-feet of torque. This engine powered Victory's touring lineup from 2008 until the brand's demise in 2017. When introduced, the Freedom 106 was Victory's strategic move to outmuscle Harley-Davidson in the displacement wars. At 106 cubic inches, it was noticeably larger than Harley's offerings at the time, giving Victory bragging rights in the American cruiser market. The Vision Tour itself was a technological showcase wrapped around this massive engine. With its distinctive aerodynamic styling, integrated audio system, and heated seats, it represented the American touring motorcycle reimagined. That big 1731 cubic centimeter engine gave riders effortless highway cruising capability with power to spare, even when fully loaded with a passenger and luggage. At number 12, we find the Suzuki Boulevard M109R, also known as the Intruder M1800R outside the US market. This power cruiser packs a liquid-cooled 54-degree V-twin, displacing 1,783 cubic centimeters. What makes this engine truly special is the technology behind it. Unlike most cruisers, the M109R features dual overhead cams and 4 valves per cylinder, more like a sport bike than a traditional cruiser. The result was approximately this 1,783 cubic centimeter mill, generating 128 horsepower and 118 pound-feet of torque, figures that made it one of the most powerful production cruisers of its time. Its 112mm pistons were among the largest in any production engine, car or motorcycle, when released in 2006. The M109R showed that Japanese manufacturers could build cruisers with genuine muscle and character, combining big-bore, American-style displacement with precision Japanese engineering. Number 11 takes us to Germany with BMW's R18 and its imposing 1,802 cubic centimeter Big Boxer engine. Launched in 2020, this air oil-cooled, horizontally opposed twin is the largest boxer engine BMW has ever built. While its 91 horsepower output might not sound impressive compared to some on our list, the 116 pound-feet of torque offers stump-pulling power from idle. What makes the R18 special is how BMW blended heritage with modernity. The engine deliberately echoes BMW's classic boxer designs with exposed pushrods and cooling fins, but scaled up to an unprecedented size. Those 2 massive cylinders protruding from each side aren't just functional. They're the visual centerpiece of the entire motorcycle. After 9 decades of boxer twin history, BMW created their ultimate expression of the design with this 1.8-liter beast. If you're enjoying this journey through motorcycle engine extremes, now's the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. We're about to move into even bigger territory, and you won't want to miss the top 3 monsters on this list. The 1.8+ liter club. At number 10, we have Honda's legendary Goldwing GL 1800 with its 1,833 cubic centimeter flat-6 engine. This is the smoothest operator on our list, a silky smooth 6-cylinder that defines luxury touring. The current generation produces about 125 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque. Delivered with the refinement you'd expect from a premium car, Honda's flat-6 Goldwing evolution has been fascinating. The first 6-cylinder version appeared in 1987 with a 1,520 cubic centimeter displacement. This grew to 1,832 cubic centimeters in 2001, and then to the current 1,833 cubic centimeters in 2018 with a complete redesign. Throughout these iterations, Honda maintained the Goldwing's reputation for bulletproof reliability. Some Goldwings have logged over 500,000 miles on their original engines, a testament to Honda engineering. What makes the GL 1800's flat 6 configuration so perfect for touring is the inherent balance and low center of gravity. With opposing pistons canceling out vibrations, riders can cover enormous distances without fatigue. Despite the Goldwing's hefty 800-plus pound weight, the big six-cylinder provides effortless power delivery at any speed and in any gear. Number 9 brings us to Yamaha's XV1900 Star Roadliner with its 1,854 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin. Introduced in 2006, this engine was actually scaled back from an even larger prototype to improve real-world rideability. The 48-degree V-twin produces around 91 horsepower and 114 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheel. What sets this engine apart is its blend of traditional cruiser architecture with sport bike technology. Yamaha borrowed the X-Up valve system from their high-performance R1 sport bike and adapted it for cruiser use. This exhaust ultimate power valve dynamically adjusts back pressure throughout the rev range, giving the XV1900 exceptional throttle response and a broad, smooth power band, characteristics not typically associated with massive air-cooled V-twins. The XV1900's 9.5:1 compression ratio was also unusually high for a big-inch cruiser, allowing it to extract more performance from each cubic centimeter. The result was an engine that could hold its own against some larger displacement rivals, while maintaining Yamaha's reputation for refinement and reliability. For number 8, we roll with the Indian Thunderstroke 116 engine found in their Chieftain Springfield and Roadmaster models. This 1,890 cubic centimeter V-twin combines modern engineering with design elements that pay homage to Indians of the past. The distinctive downward-facing exhaust outlets and deeply finned heads aren't just styling cues, they're part of Indian's heritage DNA. Indian doesn't publish official horsepower figures, but dyno testing shows about 85 horsepower at the rear wheel, with between 116 to 126 pound-feet of torque. While those numbers might not seem impressive compared to some others on our list, Indian tuned the Thunderstroke 116 for real-world rideability rather than spec sheet bragging rights. The torque curve is flat and accessible, giving riders confidence in any situation from slow-speed maneuvering to highway passing. The Thunderstroke 116 evolved from the earlier 111 cubic inch, 1,811 cubic centimeter version that launched when Polaris revived the Indian brand in 2013. The 116 brought a larger bore, boosting displacement and torque slightly while maintaining the character that Indian riders had come to appreciate. As a direct competitor to Harley-Davidson's largest engines, the 1,890 cubic centimeter Thunderstroke stands as one of the biggest V-twins in any production motorcycle today, breaking the 2-liter barrier. At number 7, Harley-Davidson enters the list with their Milwaukee 8121, debuting in 2023 for the CVO Street Glide and CVO Road Glide models. This 1,977 cubic centimeter V-twin represents Harley's largest factory-installed engine ever. Unlike earlier big twins, the 121 features liquid cooling and variable valve timing, technologies that allow it to meet modern emission standards while delivering impressive performance. The standard version produces around 115 horsepower and 139 pound-feet of torque, while the high-output version in the 2024 CVO Road Glide ST bumps those numbers to 127 horsepower and 145 pound-feet. These figures might not seem earth-shattering compared to some sport bikes, but remember, this is nearly 2 liters of air-cooled V-twin designed for real-world riding, not Dyno Queen numbers. What's significant about the Milwaukee 8121 is that it pushes Harley into the 2.0-liter class without requiring customers to install aftermarket kits. It's worth noting that Harley's Screamin' Eagle 130, 1 cubic inch, 2,147 cubic centimeters engine is actually larger, but since it's sold as an aftermarket crate engine rather than installed in production models, it doesn't qualify for our list. Number 6 brings us something completely different, the PGM 2-liter V8 from Australia. This hand-built marvel essentially combines 2 Yamaha R1 4-cylinder engines on a common crankcase, creating a compact 90-degree V8 with 1,996 cubic centimeter displacement. The result is nothing short of spectacular: 334 horsepower and 157 pound-feet of torque, with a screaming 12,800 RPM redline. Unlike most bikes on our list, which are cruisers or tourers built for low-end torque, the PGM V8 is a genuine superbike. Its chrome moly frame and relatively light 530-pound wet weight give it a power-to-weight ratio that rivals or exceeds most modern sport bikes. And unlike some V8 motorcycles that use car engines, the PGM's V8 was designed specifically for motorcycle use. Built in very limited numbers starting around 2018, each PGM V8 was priced at approximately 130,000 Australian dollars. While expensive, this was no one-off custom. It was a fully engineered, commercially available motorcycle for those with the budget and the courage to ride what was arguably the world's highest performance production motorcycle engine at release. For number 5, we head back to Germany for the legendary Münch Mammut 2000. Only 15 of these were ever built between 2000 and 2002, making it one of the rarest bikes on our list. Its 1,998 cubic centimeter inline-4 was derived from an Opel car engine, but heavily modified with a turbocharger and Cosworth 16-valve head. The result was 260 horsepower and 217 pound-feet of torque, figures that made it the world's most powerful production motorcycle at its introduction. Weighing about 780 pounds dry, the Mammut 2000 was never going to be a canyon carver. But with its 6-speed transmission and electronically limited top speed of 250 kilometers per hour, it was a proper motorcycle, not just a showpiece. The name Mammut, German for mammoth, perfectly captured this bike's nature as a massive, powerful beast from another era. The Mammut 2000 was a successor to Friedel Münch's iconic 1960s Mammut motorcycles, pushing the concept to its logical extreme. Its rarity and audacious engineering make it a milestone in motorcycle history, the first megabike of the new millennium. The Displacement Kings. Number 4 marks our entry into truly extreme territory with the Kawasaki Vulcan 2000. When Kawasaki released this behemoth in 2004, it shattered records as the first production motorcycle to break the 2-liter displacement mark. Its 2,053 cubic centimeters, 125 cubic inch V-twin remains the largest V-twin ever put in a mass-produced motorcycle. The Vulcan 2000's engine is a marvel of engineering excess. Those gargantuan 103mm pistons with their long 123mm stroke delivered about 116 horsepower and 141 pound-feet of torque in final versions. Despite its massive size, testers noted the engine's surprisingly smooth delivery and free-revving nature. The bike's 220mm rear tire, among the widest available, was necessary just to handle the torque output. When the Vulcan 2000 debuted, it escalated the cruiser displacement wars to an entirely new level. It proved that a 2,000-plus-cc motorcycle engine was not only feasible but could be reliable enough for showroom sales with a full warranty. Even today, no other production V-twin exceeds its 2,053 cubic centimeter displacement. Only aftermarket or custom engines go larger. At number 3, we have today's production displacement king, Triumph's Rocket 3, with its massive 2,458 cubic centimeter inline-3 engine. That's essentially 3 820 cubic centimeter superbike engines fused together. The latest versions pump out 180 horsepower and 166 pound-feet of torque, with a signature 3-cylinder growl that's unlike anything else on 2 wheels. Triumph's original Rocket 3 debuted in 2004 with a then record-setting 2,294 cubic centimeter displacement. The new Rocket 3, introduced in 2019, upped the ante to 2,458 cubic centimeters while actually being lighter and more refined than its predecessor. Despite its size, Triumph engineered this bike to be surprisingly agile, and it even holds a production 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration record of 2.73 seconds. What makes the Rocket 3 special isn't just its size, but its sophistication. It features ride-by-wire throttle, cornering ABS, and multiple riding modes, proving that even the largest engines can be tamed with modern electronics. At 2.458 liters, the Rocket 3 stands as the largest displacement production motorcycle you can buy from a major manufacturer today. Number 2 takes us into truly outrageous territory with the Leonhardt Gunbus 410. This German creation houses a 6,728 cubic centimeter V-twin crafted from 2 cylinders of a vintage radial aircraft engine mounted on a custom crankcase. With approximately 350 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque at just 1,900 RPM, it's more locomotive than motorcycle. Built around 2008 to 2013 by Clemens Leonhardt in Germany, the Gunbus is a study in extremes. It weighs 1,433 pounds, stretches 11 feet long, and even uses Boeing 767 aircraft tires to support its massive bulk. Despite these outlandish proportions, it is a functioning, rideable motorcycle with fuel injection and a reasonable 31.5-inch seat height. The Gunbus wasn't just a one-off. Leonhardt built multiple units to order for customers willing to pay for this monument to excess. The Gunbus represents the ultimate V-twin. No one has gone bigger on a two-cylinder motorcycle. But even the mighty Gunbus must bow to our #1 contender, the Boss Haas BHC 3502. This American monster packs a Chevrolet big block V8, displacing a mind-boggling 8,193 cubic centimeters. In stock form, it produces 502 horsepower and 565 pound-feet of torque, figures that surpass many sports cars. What makes the Boss Haas unique is its approach to transmission. Rather than a conventional motorcycle gearbox, it uses a 2-speed semi-automatic transmission. You simply shift between low and high, with no manual clutch required. This makes the Boss Haas surprisingly approachable, despite its 1,100 to 1,300 pound weight and car engine power levels. Boss Haas began producing V8-powered motorcycles in the 1990s, with the 502 offered in the 2000s. These weren't just engineering exercises, they were fully street-legal, production motorcycles that anyone could buy. The company later shifted focus to 3-wheeled models, but their 2-wheeled creations remain the undisputed kings of motorcycle engine displacement. As we've seen, the race for the biggest production motorcycle engine has led to some truly outrageous machines. From Victory's 1.7-liter twin to Boss Haas's 8.2-liter V8, manufacturers have pushed the boundaries of what's possible and what's practical on 2 wheels. But here's the question: have we reached the limit? With electric motorcycles gaining traction and emission regulations tightening worldwide, will we ever see production bikes with even larger internal combustion engines? Or is the Boss Haas 502 the final word in gasoline-powered excess? The motorcycle industry has surprised us before. Just when we think engines can't get any bigger, someone rolls out something even more outrageous. Who knows what might be in development right now in some manufacturer's skunkworks? One thing's certain, for those who believe there's no replacement for displacement, these 13 motorcycles represent the pinnacle of internal combustion ambition. Each one pushes the boundaries of what's possible when engineers decide bigger is definitely better. What do you think? Which of these engine monsters would you most want to ride? Or is there a point where an engine becomes too big for a motorcycle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you know anyone who appreciates engineering extremes, share this video with them.